Hello, this is James. As I reviewed the Blackwing Rising main box for more content, I realized I had completely neglected the spirits. So today, we're going to use Izanagi, the Japanese male creation god, to wrangle up some spirits gameplay. So Izanagi, you can special summon this card from your hand by removing from play one spirit monster from your hand. Spirit monsters you control do not have to have their effects to return them to the hand activated. So Izanagi keeps the spirits in the mortal plane, and spirit monsters, their effects are powerful, but to compensate they have to return back to the hand. So if we can get Izanagi out, we can have a pretty good monster that we can get pretty easily. Alright, so with Izanagi we are going to go with his spawn to Hino-Kagu-tsuchi. Cannot be normal summoned. Returns its owner hand during the end phase of the turn. It is normal summoned or flip face up. If this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, they discard all cards in their hand during the next draw phase before they draw. Hino-Kagu-tsuchi is a monster that immediately puts your opponent in a top deck situation as long as you can get an attack off. And with 2800 attack and 2900 defense, he's proof against a Masked Hero Anki. And please be aware that the spirit effect only takes place during the turn that the card is normal summoned or flip face up. So if you have Izanagi, Kagu-tsuchi, and then you end your turn, if Izanagi is destroyed by the Anki, Hino-Kagu-tsuchi still does not have to return in the hand unless he gets Canadia. Our removal for this deck is going to be 3 Feng Huang. When this card is normal summoned or flip face up, destroy all set spell trap cards your opponent controls. So this Feng Huang actually loves Paleozoic Canadia because you can pop all of your opponent's back row. Your opponent doesn't read Feng Huang. They flip it down into face down defense position, they attack into it, and then you get to destroy more back row. And our final spirit is Gishki Natalia, a nice free-to-play spirit monster. It has 1800 attack, which complements Izanagi's 2200 attack. So if you can get both these out on the field with a clear path of battle, you can attack for lethal damage. And our back row, so our back row first and foremost is going to be Forbidden Chalice. So if you play Chalice onto your spirit during the end phase, it works much the same as Izanagi. Forbidden Chalice prevents the effect from activating, prevents the spirit monster from having to be returned to the hand, and also Drowning Mirror Force. So Drowning Mirror Force, if you do have your spirit returned to the hand, Drowning Mirror Force makes your opponent shuffle its monsters back into the deck when they attack your open field, or so they think. So an ideal back row setup for spirits would be 3 Forbidden Chalice, 3 Drowning Mirror Force, but we have to use for what we have, and I'm not going to dig for cards for spirit monsters. So we're going to use all of the walls and a Canadia. Canadia locking down threats. Wall of Daddy, sort of similar to Drowning Mirror Force. If you can get a big enough disruption, then it's much the same as a Drowning Mirror Force. You can attack over your opponent's monsters. And then finally, Mausoleum of the Emperor. During any main phase, turn player can pay 1000 LP times the number of monsters normally needed for a tribute summon of a monster. You can use Mausoleum of the Emperor to normal summon your Feng Huang, to your Hino-Kagu-tsuchi for, not for free, but for pretty cheap considering how effective they are. So you can special summon Izanagi and then tribute summon a very powerful monster, and then though they can stay on the field together by Izanagi's effect. And then we're using Roll and Boost. You roll a die and the selected monster's level in your hand becomes that level. And that's also a good way to normal summon your spirit monsters. Now, in terms of effectiveness, this deck is what Playmaker would call a fun deck, so please enjoy with the understanding that spirits are fickle. Here we go, second against Yami Yugi. The friendly schoolyard duel has erupted into just a mess of ego and Ultra Athlete Stadium. Alright, so we have Tribute for a Mighty Slugger, Field Spell, Effect Activates, Searches, midfielder. We're going to go Mausoleum. Oh, and you thought you could just cheese us out with one big normal monster? Well, I have an even larger normal summon with Hino-Kagu-tsuchi off of the Mausoleum. Izanagi keeps this boy on the hand. Kagu-tsuchi's effect activates, placing the opponent into an immediate top deck situation, and they're going to Destiny draw. And if I was going to Destiny draw one card against a bunch of direct attacks, I would pick Drowning Mirror Force. This is the hardest Drowning Mirror Force read there ever was. There it is, Drowning Mirror Force. Shuffles Izanagi back in the hand, but he doesn't need to remain on the field for the spirits to, again, not have their effect activated. And we can afford to wait. And there's our Feng Huang, enemy controller. Feng Huang into defense position, but Shining Force turns to attack position, attacks for game. Here we go in second against Uberu, and I think this is the one where I draw basically the god hand. Yeah, so we have Canadia, we have Natalia, so we have a spirit, we have Izanagi, and we have a normal summon off of Mausoleum of the Emperor. Feng Huang destroys all the back row, Izanagi banishes the Natalia, and we have lethal damage. Okay, here we go in second against Yugi Moto, and you know, this is just a friendly duel between school chums. We have Kagu-tsuchi, we have Izanagi. Alright, so that's a double Kagu-tsuchi, so that's an easy banish. We're going to go Mausoleum, Draining Shield onto the Izanagi, and the opponent steals my son with Memory of an Adversary. Memory of an Adversary activates. But Hino-Kagu-tsuchi cannot be special summoned, so Memory of an Adversary has no effect. We go roll and boost for the Feng Huang, and we attack for game. Very, very nice. Very, very simple. Okay, here we're going first against Ishizu Ishtar, and we have an absolutely terrible hand in that we don't have any monsters. Removes our Forbidden Chalice, that's okay, we have a second one. Mausoleum, Feng Huang, Cosmic Cyclone. Feng Huang destroys the back row, destroys the Snowman Eater. We could use the Chalice onto the Feng Huang, but instead we use it on the Snowman Eater. Feng Huang returns to the hand. Ishizu sets another monster, likely another Snowman Eater. Likely a third Snowman Eater. So, with the understanding that this is her deck, we can afford to wait. Now, Izanagi banishes to summon. Kaiku the Ghost Destroyer prevents banishing from the graveyard, so Kaiku has no effect on Izanagi. He is Lord of the Underworld. Feng Huang destroy the Widespread Ruin, attack over the Kaiku for game. Here we go in second against Yugi Moto. Once more, facing off of Schoolyard Chum Pals. And we have Dragoonides with Dragoonity Partisan. I think he's very similar to Ackles. He summons a monster from hand, equips to it, Milltown brings him back out. Dragoonity Knight, Guy Bulg. What can we do against the Guy Bulg? We can go Mausoleum for the Hino-Kagu-tsuchi. I go Chalice a little bit too early, so we go Chalice onto the Guy Bulg, and then Chalice onto the Hino-Kagu-tsuchi. So we don't get the Hino-Kagu-tsuchi's discard effect. I wanted to do more damage. And what does this card in this? So I think that's a Dux. They draw into a Dux, equips the Partisan. Divine Orans, the ties that binds, but the opponent did not do enough of the quick maths. Dux cannot overcome the Hino-Kagu-tsuchi, makes him discard cards that he does not have. Kagu-tsuchi, again, reducing the opponent's hand to nothing. There is a Hey Trunade, and the opponent surrenders to the Shining Force. So, that is my Spirits deck. Actually, a cheese deck upon review of the replays. Thank you for watching.